Como va, this the Berean. I'm bringing you some COD on the one, representing the Clan One God. And again, there's going to be a gameplay from Tyler, and he's bringing it to you so you guys can check it out. This is a nuclear with, of course, the Dark Matter camo, and he is just going in here 64-0, flawless domination gameplay. Thank you, Tyler, for the gameplay. Monstrous. Let's get into gun control. Are you for guns? Are you against guns? Do you think the government should take our guns? Should they only take auto-loading guns with like clips, or should we have to reload every bullet? That's a topic that is going berserk between Democrats and Republicans and the way they butt heads on the issue. I loved when I was younger. I would spend $10 from Winchester's 109 millimeters, $10 to shoot at the range, $10 for Winchester 22 long rifles, 500 pack, and I would shoot 100 of those, so it wouldn't even cost me $10. $10 at the range, $10 for the 100, and I would go and shoot for that price, so $23 or so, and I would get to shoot and spend an hour at the range. I had so much fun. It is a lot of fun. My friend would bring me. We would go and just have a blast. We'd have competitions with the pistols, different pistols. Other friends would come, bring other pistols. Man, I loved it. I would be at the range every week for years. I loved shooting. And we would shoot assault rifles at an outdoor range. Different people would bring their assault rifles. AK-47 over here. I love it. My favorite gun in the video games is my favorite gun in real life. The reason being, I love the sound. I love the action of the gun. It's not the most accurate or best range, but it's really fun to shoot, and it was about having fun for me. I loved being at the range. One thing I always longed to do was the clay pigeons. But I love to shoot a shotgun. I have yet to shoot a shotgun. I haven't done it yet, but I would love to shoot the man. That looks like so much fun. And I don't hunt, just grew up with friends and went to the range, and we just had a blast. I never went hunting or anything. I never even took hunter safety or anything like that, which was not a good idea. But I have friends that all knew how to handle guns. They hunted, or if they didn't, they grew up using guns, and they knew how to use guns. So I had a blast. And it was now, with the way things have gone in the media, what we're seeing, the cops, and I'm not blaming cops, but we're seeing what's going on in the media. They're raising prices. They're trying to take away people's guns, and ammunition costs so much. I can't afford to go to the range anymore. It's ridiculous the way they're taxing us and raising the prices on ammo, and the gun range, just going to the range time has gone up. But what we see in the media, we see as they're showing the violence as the police brutality towards the people, and some is and some isn't. I think they're obviously wrong on some of it. The police were in the right, and the people are mad. And then other times you see where they were wrong, and the police definitely went overboard. I'm not judging any of the situations, which ones are right, which ones are wrong, but we are definitely having a gun problem in the culture. And we had a store in Milwaukee here when I was young, I went to. And I remember just going into the store. This woman comes in. This man comes and sits right next to her. They were together, and she says to the merchant, to the seller at the store, she says, "Salesman," she says, "Can I see that pistol right there?" He leans over. The man with her leans over and says, "No, not that one. That one over here." And she goes, "Oh, I mean that one over here. This one." And he says, "This one? Are you sure it's this one?" And the man looks and goes, "Yeah." So she goes, "Okay. That one." Well, they give her the gun. She looks it over, and she decides, am I gonna buy it? Well, she looks over at him, and he says, yeah, buy that one. So she says, "I'd like to purchase this gun." So seller gets out the paperwork. I'm waiting in line to see a pistol, and she fills out the paperwork, everything. He says, "You're gonna have to come back in 2 days and pick up this pistol." She said, "What? I'm not driving all the way over here in 2 days." She said, "Can he come pick it up?" And he said, "Ma'am, are you buying the gun, or is he buying the gun?" People, let's all be real. From the jump, as I'm telling the story, you all knew what was going on. The man is a felon, and he's getting this woman to buy a pistol for him. And it's very dangerous for her. She's accountable. But regardless, the seller knew what was going on. This man is not legally able to buy a pistol for whatever reason it is, and she is purchasing one for him. We all knew it. My friends knew it. It was ridiculously, insanely stupid, and should be illegal. I don't know how you get around that, or how they could prove that they're not being biased in selling. But I just was blown away at how it happened, and it was pretty obvious what was going on. Another time, same store, a group of young kids came in, and they asked to see an AK-47 off the wall. And when he got it in his hands, he said, "Yeah, this is it. When I see that blankety blank, he's dead. I'm gonna kill him." And he said this out loud. Seller heard it. We heard it. And the seller says, "So are you buying it?" And he says, "Yes." And I'd left. I don't know if he purchased it or not. I didn't even want anything to do with this store anymore. I said, I'm done here. I'm done here. And that store, if you'll search Milwaukee, went into major legal issues, and they're out of business now. I think they just sold to someone they know. So I think they're technically still in business. But we do definitely see conflict with gun control. Which side are we on? Are you for or against it? Should we have stricter laws? I mean, I don't know where to go. They cannot take the guns from the people. It goes against our amendment. It goes against the Constitution. It goes against everything that the United States stood for. Not to mention, when communist countries took control of the people, first thing they did was take weapons away. Look at history. Look throughout history. There's documented evidence of that. And I find it dangerous when the government would have all power, all control, all weapons, and we have nothing to defend ourselves against any decision they would make. Would anything happen? I don't know. Right now, down the line, who knows? But all I know is we've been given the right to protect ourselves with guns. Now, concealed carry is a thing here in Wisconsin. It's legal. I went and took my concealed carry class. And man, there's dangers in concealed carry. Like, would I carry? I don't know. Because even though I've passed the course, I'm going to get the license. As I see it and look at the outcome of the videos that I saw and the instruction that I was given and the laws that were taught to me in the class, I seen a video where this man, he was an ex-Marine, he owned a jewelry store, and two men came in and asked to see this piece of jewelry. He handed it to them. They said no, they didn't like it. When he bent down to put it back, they pulled a pistol on him. He crawled behind the counter, ran up, picked a pistol, and started popping at him. I think he hit one that crawled away, and the man he hit was had his back turned to him. The big question came up, is this a homicide now? Because he was fleeing the scene. He was no longer a threat. No, it's not in this particular case, because the other man was still facing him with a weapon at him. So he was still in danger. The other man was still an accomplice, and he would be okay. But check the legal law. Now, if he missed the man, and he did with a few bullets, and shot out through the window, shot and hit someone in the street or across the way at another store, he is liable for murder. So just in self-defense, man, you got to make sure you know how to use your weapon if you're going to carry it. All these different laws came in as they talked about the laws of concealed carry. I was like seriously wondering, like, would I ever carry? It would have to be a situation where I knew for sure there was a danger and I would need to protect myself or my family or my children or something like that. And my wife said, you know, when I'm out in public with 4 kids, I feel like a target. Like anybody could just steal my car, do anything, because I have these 4 kids as a hindrance to protecting myself. I have to protect them first, and there's 4 of them. How do I protect them all? So she felt for her own safety and for her children's safety, the number of children made it harder to protect all children. But again, where do we set the laws? Where do they set the control of the laws, and how far do they can't take our weapons from us? That would be illegal. And remember, folks, if we make the laws stricter and take away gun rights and things like that, the criminals are going to keep their weapons. They're not gonna all of a sudden go, okay. I mean, they're buying them illegally, they're getting them illegally, and they're using them illegally. They're not gonna all of a sudden obey the law just because we make it law for the legal people. So you're taking away from the ones that want to defend themselves, but keeping it for the ones that are gonna do wrong. It just doesn't add up. I don't know the answers. If you have any ideas and you want to give comments, man, let's talk about it. Other than that, guys, just a little topic. Show you a beast gameplay from Tyler. Thanks again, bro, for the gameplay. God bless you guys all from the One God Clan.